Second day on the property, and as you can tell, the property is a bit of a mess. Unfortunately, there were some not so savory people here when my dad was dying, and they, with probably some of his help, because my dad was honestly not the cleanest person, have left this place a fucking mess. But we're gonna fix that. It's a little out of time here. Lots of potential, so much work to be done. This northern section is my 20 acres, while basically somewhere around the edges of the ponds here is the point where Derek starts. Oh, we got some bones from something. Old burn pits here. This is one of two pond areas that my grandfather dug. We are here at the end of October 2025, and as you can tell, we still have water. I don't know exactly how many years this specific dam situation's been in here. At least probably about a decade at this point. There is some work that needs to be done on them, and the other one has a lot more water. It catches it a little bit further uphill and then creates another dam buffer, which is one of the only drivable spots across the other side over here. Hard for you to see right there, but basically right there is the part of the dam that you can drive over this whole little stretch right here. And on the other side of it, there's a lot more water, and there should be springs down there pulling water, slowly seeping into that side of the pond, and then it'll slowly seep through this barrier. And eventually, once we have all of the groundwork done that we're looking to do, we should be able to create a seasonal stream, or maybe a permanent stream once we get it going, seeping out of this side. As you can tell, it's all damp down here. I don't see any flowing water, but the ground is very damp. You can tell that the cows have a specific path they like to follow. But yeah, a little bit of cleanup, maybe a slight refreshing here. Dig this a little bit deeper, adjust the clay, try to pull out the trash that's been in here for the last little bit here. That goes out to the wash. This side is Derek and Ashley's. Look at some of these mesquites. They're just massive. We're going to use them as nurse plants to get some other species, sort of like this lovely barrel cactus. I believe that's a barrel cactus. I think it's the fishhook kind. Yeah, you can get an idea of this. Scope of this. There's 40 acres or 39 point something acres between the two of us. We've decided to split it north and south, east and west, so that we have north side and a south side of the property. North side is theirs, and the south side is totally nice. Here's the classifier that Dad and them are using. We'll need to get going with that here pretty soon ourselves. Little lizards flying around. Some stuff that will hopefully get situated at some point here, but we're not quite there yet. But as you can tell, there's a lot more water on this side, and this side is the one I probably want to make deeper. And I want to put a cute little dock over here so that Derek and I, Ashley, Cade, and whoever's out here, Tyler and me, can go swimming. You can't go swimming in it now. That's disgusting. The cows and horses and everything come out here to get a drink towards the end of the night. So all night you'll hear different sets of animals coming down to the pond here to drink. Horses, cows, quail, turkeys, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I'd like to start a little dock kind of coming off this side over here, but that's going to be a conversation with Derek and Ashley, because technically that side is theirs, that side is ours. And these pond areas basically split the property all the way to the front there and all the way to the back. You can't quite see it, but it's way up here. That little spot there is going to be the memorial garden. That was Grandpa's love seat that I'm assuming he must have sit at a while back, looking at the pond, maybe watching animals. I don't know. All kinds of species here. Got some Charlo cactuses. Got plenty of different kinds of opuntia, or the prickly pears. Look how lush this is. I mean, it's a pretty dry time of the year, but it is lush. What is that? Some sort of bug and an interesting plant. I'm not sure exactly what that plant is, but we're learning. Lots of cow patties, which will help us start building some fertilizers and composts on the property that are natural. Like I said, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. The property's been basically here with nobody on it for the last year or so. And before that, it had some not necessarily the most savory people who didn't really care about this property. My father and my grandfather cared deeply about the property. My dad, unfortunately, was dying towards the end of this, and I don't know how much he knew how much they were destroying this place, but trash is everywhere. So that's one of our first things. Working on probate, working on getting the water stuff situated, got electric already going. Yeah, this little valley goes down to the second pond. A lot of water comes off this hill. You can't quite see, but this hill is a very gradual sink, and you can see where it washes down and through down to there. They had set up some nice rock dams, a check dam to slow it down, and it's filled up since we were here. This is a lot flatter. This is a lot more canyony though, because they were driving up and down this spot, which I don't think we're going to do. But there is a couple more connections for water. I don't know if they actually work in electrical. We're going to check that out at some point. But yeah, some ocotillos. Our little campsite behind the truck there, and that camper there. Got the can. Got a bunch of old vehicles that are in need of some love and lots of stuff to tidy up. We're gonna get this filled, but we're gonna wait until we block off a section. I don't know. I guess we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with this slowly here, little by little, step by step. Some of the best views are up that hill, and we got a little mesquite forest basically going the entire side of this with some of the biggest mesquites, although the biggest are over there in that first pond area going up. There's a little cow path that goes this way. The cows know it. It goes all the way that way up towards that hill in the background. And towards where the fence is broken. There's a couple of spots that the fence are broken, honestly, but one step at a time. One step at a time. We got this, though. We got this. This little area down here, we're gonna set up. It's probably one of the first sets for garden space. Tyler would really like a portion of it, at least. I was hoping to get another pond in here, but we'll see. But there's some beautiful spots here. Some beautiful cactuses in the background. All right, look forward to the next update, y'all. Check back tomorrow.